In the world of Greek gods, where beauty and power reign supreme, where epic battles are fought and legendary tales are spun, Hephaestus stands apart, not for his flawless looks or his imposing physique, as was often prized among the Olympians, but for his unmatched creative genius, a talent that set him apart and made him indispensable to both gods and mortals. He is the god of fire and forge, the divine blacksmith, the master craftsman who built the very tools, weapons and wondrous objects that adorned Olympus and armed its inhabitants. While others schemed for power, engaged in petty squabbles or fought glorious battles, Hephaestus toiled tirelessly in his workshop, the rhythmic clang of hammer on metal a constant soundtrack to his divine endeavours. He dedicated himself to transforming raw elements, the very building blocks of the earth, into objects of unparalleled beauty, immeasurable power and enduring legacy. His symbols, the hammer, the steadfast anvil and the precise tongs, reflect not only his extraordinary skill, but also his unwavering dedication and relentless labour. Hephaestus's fire is not a force of wild destruction or uncontrolled chaos, but a carefully harnessed energy, a purposeful creation. The fire that shapes molten metal, hardens softened steel, and brings forth new wonders, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. He is the revered patron of artisans, the protector of craftsmen, the very embodiment of ingenuity, perseverance, and the transformative power of skilled labour. In a pantheon often obsessed with outward perfection and superficial appearances, Hephaestus proved, through his dedication and craft, that true worth lies not in beauty or strength, but in skill, creativity, unwavering dedication, and the inherent dignity of honest, hard work. He is the often unseen, quiet force whose skilled hands, working tirelessly behind the scenes, built and shaped the world of gods and mortals alike. Hephaestus's origins are tangled in Olympian drama, shrouded in mystery and conflicting accounts that have persisted through the ages. The stories surrounding his birth and parentage are as complex and multifaceted as the intricate creations he would later forge in his divine workshop. Some say he was the son of Hera and Zeus, a product of the king and queen of the gods, born into the heart of the Olympian hierarchy. This version paints a picture of a divine lineage, placing Hephaestus firmly within the established order of the cosmos. Others claim Hera bore him alone out of spite, fueled by resentment towards Zeus and his infidelities. This narrative casts Hera as a powerful, independent figure, capable of parthenogenesis and determined to assert her own divine will. In both tales, his birth was marked by rejection, a cruel twist of fate that would define much of his early life and shape his complex character. Born lame and imperfect, he was cast from Olympus, a devastating fall from grace that left him physically scarred and emotionally wounded. Whether by Hera in shame, disgusted by his physical form, or by Zeus in anger, viewing him as a weak and unworthy heir, the result was the same: exile from the celestial realm. His disability set him apart, marking him as different from the other gods, who were typically depicted as paragons of beauty and physical perfection. This made him the only god marked by physical difference, a constant reminder of his perceived inadequacy and the circumstances of his birth. Art depicts him bent over his anvil, toiling away in his forge, surrounded by the tools of his trade. Powerful arms contrasting with weakened legs, a visual representation of the duality of his being, strength and vulnerability, skill and imperfection. He is sometimes shown riding a self-made wheeled chair, a testament to his ingenuity and his determination to overcome his physical limitations. This chair symbolizes his resourcefulness and his ability to create solutions to the challenges he faced. Whether born lame or crippled by his fall, the impact on his life was profound, shaping his identity and influencing his path. Hephaestus' struggle for acceptance shaped his identity, forcing him to find strength within himself and to forge his own unique path in the world. His lameness became a symbol of his outsider status, a visible marker of his difference and a constant reminder of his rejection by the Olympian elite. But also of his resilience, his unwavering determination to overcome adversity and to prove his worth despite the challenges he faced. Despite trauma and rejection, the pain of his fall and the sting of his mother's or father's disapproval, He transformed pain into creative power, channeling his emotions into his craft and becoming the master artisan of the gods. Hephaestus' story reminds us, even today, that true strength lies not in physical perfection, but in the ability to overcome adversity and to find purpose in our pain. That greatness often comes from those who are different, from those who have been marginalized or rejected, and who have used their experiences to fuel their creativity and their compassion. His physical challenges did not define his limits. They did not hold him back from achieving greatness or from leaving his mark on the world. They defined his legend, adding depth and complexity to his character and making him one of the most compelling figures in Greek mythology. The god of the forge turned adversity into artistry, transforming his personal struggles into works of unparalleled beauty and craftsmanship, forging his place among the immortals, not in spite of his differences, but because of them. Deep within Olympus, or beneath a volcano, Hephaestus' workshop blazed with divine industry. Here he was king, commanding fire, metal and magic to create marvels for gods and heroes. He built the bronze palaces of Olympus, forged thrones, and crafted legendary weapons and armor. His creations, Hermes' winged sandals, Aphrodite's girdle, the Aegis shield, and Helios' chariot, were masterpieces of art and power. He aided heroes too, gifting Heracles with bronze clappers and Achilles with impenetrable armor. Every mythic saga bore the mark of his genius, proving the craftsman's hand could shape destiny itself. In the heart of the forge, Hephaestus was not an outcast, but the indispensable architect of Olympus. Hephaestus was more than a smith. He was the ancient world's first roboticist. He forged golden handmaidens who could walk, speak, and assist him, and crafted self-moving tripods that served the gods. His inventions brought automation and intelligence to Olympus, freeing him to pursue greater works. He created immortal guard dogs for King Alcinous and the bronze giant Talos, who protected Crete with relentless vigilance. Even Pandora, the first woman, was sculpted by Hephaestus, his artistry shaping the origins of humanity itself. His creations blurred the line between life and machine, weaving his genius into the very fabric of myth. Through automatons, guardians and living statues, Hephaestus' legacy became one of innovation and wonder. The god of the forge was also the god of invention, centuries ahead of his time. Hephaestus' exile from Olympus is a pivotal moment in his legendary journey, a fall from grace that would ultimately define his character and shape his destiny. It's a story filled with injustice, resilience, and the burning desire for recognition. It is a tale of pain, betrayal, and cunning, showcasing the complex relationships within the Olympian pantheon. The circumstances surrounding his banishment are shrouded in conflicting accounts, each adding a layer of intrigue to his already compelling narrative. Some say he was cast out by Hera, the queen of the gods, due to his physical imperfection, a cruel act of rejection by his own mother. Others claim it was Zeus, the king of the gods, who banished him for his defiance, for daring to challenge the authority of the supreme ruler of Olympus. Regardless of the true reason, the result was the same. He fell from the celestial heights to the mortal realm below, where he was rescued and raised by the gentle sea nymphs, Thetis and Eurynome, who nurtured his talents and provided him with a safe haven. Or, according to another version of the myth, he found refuge among the people of Lemnos, who recognized his skills and welcomed him into their community. In exile, far from the grandeur of Olympus, he honed his craft, dedicating himself to the art of metalworking and becoming a master craftsman. He channeled his pain and rejection into his work, transforming adversity into opportunity and turning rejection into unparalleled mastery. His return to Olympus was not a plea for forgiveness, but a stroke of calculated genius, a demonstration of his power and ingenuity. He crafted a magnificent golden throne, a gift seemingly offered in reconciliation, and sent it to Hera as a token of respect. Unbeknownst to her, this throne was a cleverly designed trap, one that ensnared her in unbreakable chains, holding her captive. The other gods, witnessing Hera's predicament, begged Hephaestus for his help, pleading with him to release her, but he steadfastly refused until Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, intervened, plying him with copious amounts of wine and infectious laughter, softening his resolve. Finally, swayed by Dionysus's charm and the intoxicating effects of the wine, Hephaestus agreed to return to Olympus, but not in a humble or apologetic manner. Instead, he arrived in a triumphant, almost comic procession, riding unsteadily on a donkey, a spectacle that both amused and intimidated the assembled gods. He released Hera from her golden prison, but only after demanding a significant price: the hand of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, in marriage. Through his cunning, his skill, and his unwavering determination, Hephaestus forced the gods to finally recognize his true value and acknowledge his rightful place among them. His journey, from a scorned outcast to a respected Olympian, is a testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief. Hephaestus ultimately claimed his place on Mount Olympus, not through birthright or divine favor, but through the sheer force of his invention, his creativity, and his unparalleled skill. His story remains a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, resilience, revenge, and the triumph of the creative spirit can pave the path to ultimate victory. The forge's fire, once a symbol of his isolation, became the very spark that ignited his triumphant return and restored him to the heavens, forever solidifying his place among the gods. Hephaestus's marriage to Aphrodite, goddess of beauty, was a union of opposites, arranged as his reward for freeing Hera. The match was troubled. Aphrodite, drawn to passion and perfection, found solace in the arms of Ares, god of war. When Hephaestus learned of their affair, he set a cunning trap, a golden net that caught the lovers in the act, exposing them to the laughter of Olympus. Though humiliated, Hephaestus's cleverness won him respect, if not happiness. Other myths pair him with Charis or Aglaea, goddesses of grace and splendor, suggesting more harmonious unions. He fathered children with nymphs and goddesses, spreading his influence across the Greek world. Despite heartbreak, Hephaestus's legacy was not defined by love, but by the beauty and brilliance of his creations. The god of the forge found immortality not in romance, but in his enduring works. Hephaestus shared a unique bond with Athena, goddess of wisdom and crafts. Together, they represented the union of raw skill and strategic intellect, the foundation of civilization. In Athens, they were worshipped side by side, their partnership celebrated in temples and festivals. Their alliance symbolized the perfect blend of brawn and brain, creation and design, yet their myth includes a strange tale. Hephaestus, spurned by Aphrodite, pursued Athena, but she rebuffed him. From this encounter, Eryxthonius was born. Raised by Athena, he became a legendary king of Athens. This myth links Hephaestus to the city's origins, his creative power woven into its very identity. The craftsman and the strategist, together they shaped the destiny of Athens and the world. Hephaestus was worshipped in places of fire and craft: Lemnos, Athens, and volcanic Sicily. His temples stood as tributes to the dignity of skilled labor and the transformative power of the forge. Festivals like the Hephaestia honored him with torch races and offerings. The archetype of the disabled smith god appears worldwide: Kothar Cassis in the Near East, Ptah in Egypt, Wayland, the smith in Norse myth, and Tvasta in India. These stories reflect a universal truth. Creativity often springs from struggle and difference. Hephaestus's myth bridges cultures, celebrating the resilience and ingenuity of those who build and shape the world. Across time and place, the god of the forge stands as a symbol for all who transform adversity into art. His legacy endures wherever hands create and fires burn. Today, Hephaestus inspires as a symbol of resilience, creativity, and the dignity of labor. His disability, once a mark of shame, is now seen as a source of strength and unique perspective. He reminds us that civilization is built by makers, those who turn adversity into innovation. Hephaestus bridges the gap between mind and hand, showing that true genius lies in both. His name lives on in science, art, and even the stars, echoing the power of creation. The fire of his forge is a timeless allegory for technology, neutral, powerful, and shaped by its creator's intent. Hephaestus' story is a call to embrace difference, honor skill, and recognize the value of every creator. The echo of his hammer reminds us what we build endures far longer than how we appear.